Welcome back, guys, to another episode of ARK Survival Evolved with me, Pommie Gamer. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day, and the 257 patch has finally arrived, and with it comes a whole host of new features, including 4 new dinos, the Giant Bee, the Daeodon, Liopleurodon, and the Kentrosaurus. Some new tech structures, including the tech cloning chamber, tech megalodon saddle, so we now do have sharks with freaking lasers, the tech turret, tech grenade, and now the tech cave and ascension game progression. And as part of that, the volcano has had a bit of a makeover, which Freddie and I are on our way to try and check out, because this is where you'll find the new entrance to the tech cave. So we're going to take this a little bit slow because we're not really sure what to expect. This is the first time that we're actually seeing it, so we don't want to get too close, because last thing we want is for our flyers to suffer any damage. So far it's looking pretty much like what it used to. There's quite a bit of cloud cover up here. Or is that steam? It definitely sounds active now. Oh, and I see some lava down there.
See the cave entrance.
And it's extremely hot. So we're not going to be able to stay too long. Just keeping an eye on horse's HP. But this looks pretty dope, I have to say. The molten lava. Yeah, don't want to end up in that. And there's the entrance to the new ascension cave. Let's see if I can land down here and check out what the requirements are. We can get a better look at the volcano.
Tech terminal.
Tech Cave Alpha requires Alpha Broodmother Trophy, Alpha Megapithecus Trophy, Alpha Dragon Trophy, Alpha Raptor Claw, Carnotaurus Arm, Tyrannosaurus Tooth, Megalodon Fin, Mosasaurus Tooth. So basically Alpha everything. You need to kill Alpha everything by the looks of it. Beta, Beta Broodmother, Megapithecus, Dragon Trophy, and the Gamma. So I'm guessing they've changed easy, medium, hard to be alpha, beta, and gamma levels to correspond with the changes. So they're the new boss levels. And I'm guessing the alpha Mosasaurus and Tusoteuthus, etc. are just like your alpha variant dinos of that. But this is pretty awesome. I wonder how close we can get.
Ah, fabled last word.
Well, there is this, Freddy. We are going to have to find a new place to harvest metal by the looks of it.
Yeah.
The volcano suddenly erupting and taking out our metal mining outpost.
Yeah, I missed that little shack.
Yeah. We're going to have to get a new Stargate up as well. But I really like this change. I mean, I always kind of felt that the volcano was very much underused, and yeah, it just didn't really look like a volcano as such, just a giant kind of dormant rock. So it's really nice to see these kind of particle effects. You've got ash going through the air and these bubbling lava pits and little fire like crests peeking through. And you can walk on this stuff around here by the looks of it. Just trying to keep an eye on my water level. This is so cool. They've done a really good job on those animations there. So this looks like it's the pathway all the way down to the cave. It's fairly narrow, but you might be able to get a few dinos down here. We don't know yet what dinos you can take into the Ascension Cave. That's going to be something we're going to have to work out. And I'm guessing this is the same pathway that used to be on the volcano. So it's still a narrow route all the way up. So getting, you know, a number of Rexes up here is going to be quite tricky. But what do you think of it, Freddie? Do you think they've done a good job?
Well, my effects are pretty crap at the moment, so I'll have to wait until I see your video.
Oh yeah, you're playing on sort of lower settings.
Yeah.
Freddie's been having a few computer issues as of late, but hopefully we'll be getting a bit of an upgrade soon.
Hopefully.
But yeah, this is
I'm on unnamed brand.
come on, unnamed brand.
Unnamed supplier. Yeah.
This is so cool. Alright guys, well the other thing that we wanted to do today was naturally with some new dinos we want to go and check them out, and I think the thing that Freddie and I are most interested in taming is the giant bee. So we're going to head back to base and get geared up, and then we'll bring you back when we're ready to head out and try and find one of these giant bees to tame. We'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back guys, and as you can see Freddie and I are all geared up in our ghillie suits, and we've brought along for the ride our two Allosaurus, Apophis and Ali, because we're going to need to do this a little bit stealthy. We also need some muscle to deal with the drones that protect the hive. Now the bee that we're actually interested in is the queen that resides within the hive itself. So we've also brought along some bug repellent to aid us within this endeavour, and the preferred kibble is actually the Ichthyornis kibble for the giant bees, but we don't have any Ichthyornis, so we're going to be using the rare flowers, which should tame in relatively the same amount of time. We may get a slightly lower level queen as a result, but I'm not really too fussed about that. They're purely going to be a utility for us to get a vast amount of honey. And the really cool thing about the honey is that it can be used to lure dinos to wherever you need them to go, because all of the dinos find it irresistible when you place it on the ground. So you can literally craft a Hansel and Gretel kind of crumb trail into a taming pen and lead the dino you're trying to tame right in there. So it should be proved to be pretty useful, and I dare say it's going to be an ingredient in other recipes later to come in the game. Now we should probably just scout out this hive, which is just ahead, so we're going to move up ever so slowly, and if I get my spyglass out you'll see there's one just there, just on the side of this cliff here. I'm actually down in Weathertop, which if you look at the map, pardon the ghillie suit being in the way, in fact I'll just take my gauntlets off for you so you can see that a little bit better. And if we bring the map out again, we're just down here, so around I would say 78, 35 or 35, 78, depending on which way you read your long lat coordinates. So they normally spawn as well in the redwoods, but the redwoods is basically just a giant death cage at the moment. There's so many things in there that can do you harm. We figured it was probably better to come down here and actually try and tackle this in a terrain that's not filled with things that want to eat your face every 5 minutes. So Freddie, do you want to push up? Where have you pushed up to?
No, it's flanked around to the left a little.
Okay. So if we stand round about here-ish, I'm going to hop off my
Is that
dino.
it there?
That's it there, the orange thing on the side of the cliff.
Looks like the alien face hugger.
It's a little bit, yeah. So if we just take a look through the spyglass again, it does tell us how much HP it's got, which is 5,000. So I'm expecting the drones to attack us fairly quickly once we destroy this. So let's... Are you ready?
Yep.
Alright. 3, 2, 1... Check its HP now. Oh, we have
Reloading.
4,110. We haven't done a lot of damage, so we're going to have to wail on it a little bit. Just got to be careful not to kill the queen when she falls out. I tell you, I do feel like a sniper in my ghillie suit in the grass here.
Feeling all Rambo right now. I'm almost out. 27 left.
Oh, we should be able to do it with the amount of rounds I've got left.
I'll use them all up and then just sit on alley. Five, 4, 3. Yeah, I'm out.
Okay. I've got 30 more rounds left. If you just want to cover me, because I know there are raptors in this area, I don't really fancy having one spring on me.
978.
Is that his health left?
855. Yep.
Good, good. 28 rounds left.
731. And I have a trike up my bum.
Unintentional rhyme.
607. 483. 360. 236. Come on, 180. Ooh, 112. There you go. Oh, there's a pack above it. Cash. Beehive.
Okay, where's the queen? Alright, let's move in a little bit closer.
Oh, get out of my arse, thank you.
That looks like a queen. Is that the queen? That is the queen.
It's something.
It's passive tame. So it's back.
All yours.
It's back up. I'm gonna grab the rare flower, stick it down in slot 0. She looks like the moth from... Oh, she's spawning drones, which isn't too good.
Where are the drones?
Following her around.
Is she pooping them? She is, isn't she?
Yeah.
You get it on her.
Ah! Ah, they're attacking me, and I tamed her.
You've also tamed
Oh, the drones.
all the drones as well.
Wow.
It sounds like you're next to like a poorly lit plug socket.
It does actually. That's so creepy and cool all at the same time. I'm not really a huge fan of bees.
He says as he stands in the middle of them. Oh!
Well, I guess they don't stay around for very long. Very temporary, but I guess...
The creepiest thing in the world.
God, that scared the crap out of me though when they made that noise. So she came out at a grand level 5. We're going to get this girl back to base, and then we can spend some time playing around with her, because I don't feel it's the safest area to do it in right now. So we'll meet you guys back at base. See you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and we finally got our giant queen bee back to base safe and sound. She is incredibly slow, so we had to take it at a very slow walking pace. I believe the only dino in which can actually pick her up is the Megasaurus, and apparently the Caprasuckers can do it. We tried that with Kappa and didn't get very far, so
Lies.
yeah.
All lies.
The wiki was wrong on that one. Freddie, do you have your ghillie suit to hand by any chance? Because you may want to put it on.
Oh,
But
what? Bug spray not going to help?
I would put the ghillie suit on for this. At least that's what the wiki says, but you know, we'll see. In the meantime, let's take a quick look at her stats and rename this girl. Now, given that she is the queen bee, what better name than to call this girl Beyonce?
God.
Well, Beyonce's the queen bee, so Beyonce.
True.
There we go. Right, let's take a quick look at her stats real quickly. Nothing too impressive for a level 5, as you might imagine. Health is 80, stamina 200, oxygen 150, food 790, weight 150, melee damage 100%, and movement speed of 100%. Torpidity 568.5. You can equip her with a saddle, which I wasn't aware of, so we might actually have to take a look at that, because that could be quite interesting.
Yes, sure.
But what we're here to do now is to get some of that precious honey. So if we click on Obtain Beehive, the bee will disappear and we get a beehive added to our inventory. Now if that beehive gets destroyed or dies over time, then we'll get the queen bee back. So you never lose that tamed dino. So now we've got this beehive in our inventory. It says beehives house a queen bee and produces honey. Now you'll see here on the ground I've already laid out some stone foundations, fence foundations, so that we can build a nice little closed off area, given that I have to come through this way on a regular basis. I don't fancy getting stung if I'm not in a ghillie suit. So we're going to start by placing some glass metal walls from the Structures Plus mod, because I figured it's something we haven't played with before, and it will look quite cool if we can see into the beehive itself. So we're going to lay these along this wall like so. And then here we're going to stick a metal gate frame. And last but not least, we're going to put in some of the glass doors. Now what's really cool about these models is that you can cycle their transparency and you can also cycle the model. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to change the model so that we have oh, it's quite complicated this. I wish there were some images. So no sides looks like that. Two sides B, which I think is what we're going to want, because it's just going to be the top part. And then what we can do is, using the model gun, we can right click to copy that model index and then effectively paste it on the other models here, which is really handy. Again, Structures Plus thinking of pretty much everything, and I really like the way that looks. Likewise, now we're going to go to the transparency. We're going to change that, and you can have it so it's like a two-way glass or a one-way glass. I'm going to set the opacity to 0.8, which will give us this kind of semi-translucent opaque glass, which looks really cool, so that we know there's actual glass there. And we're going to take our glass transparency gun, and like we did with the model gun, we're going to right click to select that setting, and we're just going to paste it onto the other glass panels as well. So it's a really quick way of getting all of this stuff set up, and I'm wondering whether we can do the same for the doors. Let's just take a look. We can change the transparency, so we're going to set that to 0.8 as well, so that the doors all match. I think that looks pretty cool. What do you think, Freddie?
Yeah, it's a nice little interrogation room.
Yes, with the bees.
What a glass case of emotion.
Yeah, yeah, basically a glass case of emotion. So we're going to set these doors to auto close only, because again I don't want them just randomly activating when I get close. So now I'm going to go inside and I'm going to put down our beehive, and we've got enough space in here to obviously put a fair few more. It can't be placed on the floor, so we are going to need to go and get some foundations, which I can do really quickly. So let's head over to our crafting area here, and we go to our glass and let's look for foundation, and we can see here we've got the glass foundation. So if we make maybe 4 of those. Like so. We'll head back to our beehive chamber. And we'll get those glass foundations. And of course there's no ground or snap point here, so this is a little bit frustrating. We may have to come up with a different plan, so I'll be right back once I've figured out what that is. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and it turns out you can't place the hives on foundations. They actually have to be placed onto the actual ground outside, which is a little bit of a shame, but we've decided to build the beekeeping hive structure out here, and I ended up going with this hexagonal shape with a hexagonal roof using the triangular sloped roofs from Structures Plus, probably my favourite mod of all time. So as you can see, if we can go in here, we've got 2 doors we can access, and we've got a little gap in the ground here for where we can place our beehive. So let's bring up our UI, and we're going to select 1 to place our beehive. Let's see if we can get this nice and straight. Of course we can't use our K camera. And place. There we go, beehive, owner of the Pomms. Now we are wearing the ghillie suit, so we shouldn't get stung by anything. If we press E to access the inventory, we can see here it's got a health of 5,000, which is the exact same as the ones in the wild. Storage is 8, so 8 slots, and its weight, it doesn't have a weight. So it says provide rare flowers to keep the hive healthy. So if we just quickly grab Horus and head back inside, we can go and grab some of our rare flowers and put them to good use. We have got a fair amount which we've been collecting up over the course of this season. So let's just grab him. I'll just quickly jump down here, save some time. And our rare flowers are in our miscellaneous vault, if I believe. There we are. So we've got a fair number of them, 37 in total, so we might as well just grab as many as we can. Now I'm not sure how these are going to work, whether it's going to be similar to how the crop plots work, whether it might consume the flower. So we're going to try one, and then we'll see what happens. So if we come down this way and head back over to our beehive. Get inside, and we'll use 1 rare flower on it. So it just sits there, so I'm guessing this will be something that just happens over time. They do stack in here as well, which is quite useful, so I'm just going to stick, well, I may as well just stick all of them in there, so we have them and they don't perish or anything, so we can just leave those in there and it will keep the hive nice and healthy. So we're going to have to wait a little bit before we get any honey, but when we do, we'll be right back. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and it's been a couple of days, so let's check on our little beehive here and see how the honey situation is doing. Ooh, that's a lot of honey. So it looks like we've used 17 rare flowers, and I'm assuming these things don't stack at all, which is a real shame. So we have to keep an eye on the spoil timer for all of them. They don't weigh an awful lot. So when they're on your player's inventory, it looks like it's going to be a spoil timer of 16 minutes. So let's quickly get some of this back into our refrigerators, because I'm interested to see how long it keeps inside the fridges itself. Now I do hear that the honey is the preferred food of the new Liopleurodon, which is a new aquatic creature, which apparently makes you lucky, so that's something we might have to try out in the future. Honey, I'm going to stick it in our perishables fortunately now we've got lots of room in here, so let's just dump a few of these in here. And we'll keep like, say 5 of them on us. So in here we've got only a day by the looks of it. 1 day, 1 hour. Not a lot of time, especially since they don't stack, which is kind of disappointing. They're also used for the taming dire bears as well. They still have a preferred kibble, but the honey, being obviously a bear's favourite thing, also tames them equally as well, so you don't lose any levels for that. You may be wondering why I'm taking the long way around. I'm having some issues with our Stargate teleporter pads here. It doesn't always work, at least for me just as a player. Works fine for dinos, which is really bizarre. But I want to take Horus just across the other side and see if we can test out how this honey works as a sort of bait to lure any dinosaur in a direction that we want. Now, we're not obviously interested in taming anything, but it's definitely worth bearing in mind for the future if we happen to come across a particularly tricky dino that we want to lead into a taming pen that we've constructed. So we're going to head over this way, probably just find a dillo or something that would normally just aggro and chase us, and just see if we can distract it with some delicious honey. Okay, what do we have? I see some dillos up there. So that's, or are these pegomastacks? They are pegomastacks. It will just steal everything I own. So we're going to ignore those. I don't like to mess around with those things. These new seagulls like to steal you things as well. There's a lot of thieves on the island all of a sudden. Is there anything... It's like dillos, the most annoying thing on the island. You never want them, and they're always around. And then when you do actually want one, you can't seem to find one. What do we have over here? There's a there's a couple of dillos. Okay. So we're just going to land over here out of the way. And then we're going to just come into our inventory and we're just going to drop this on the ground. And it's got... Assuming this is how we do it, just drop like this. And drop like this. See if we can get this. Oh, Dillo doesn't want our delicious honey, wants to run after something else. Drop this one over here. That might have lured him back. Let's just have a look. We are in our ghillie suit, so that is going to help us stealth a bit. It doesn't seem... Not sure if I'm doing this right. What happens if we put it into slot 0? Does that just mean we eat it? Ah, okay, there we go. That's the way you do it. You put it in slot 0. That's really weird that they have different mechanics for that. So we can pick these packages up. And you can see there it's kind of got a little stink radius. So you put it into slot 0, and then you use it as if you were going to eat it. And this is what's going to create our little trail for the dillos to find. And I think we've got one just over here that's coming along. So let's try and see if we can get this. Looks like a megalodon wants to come up and eat some of it as well. There we go. That's really cool. So yeah, you can see here the dillo is just literally like Hansel and Gretel following our path with the honey. And we can just lead him wherever we want with that. So that's pretty cool going. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, remember to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more ARK Survival Evolved videos. Until the next time, guys, keep calm and level up.